Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a reading for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Oh, and look at that, a Princess of Discs. This is probably the best card in the entire tarot deck. And I'll tell you why once we get our Dove and Serpent spread lined up here. Also, if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, we're going to finish up with the path of the serpent. My gosh, we literally have all good cards here. This is almost the perfect spread here. And this doesn't usually happen. We have one card that takes us just a little bit away from perfection. That's the Seven of Discs. But even that is a major factor in the whole picture here. This really is amazing. This is a stunning spread. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Waite-Smith deck. And this is just a card we're going to set aside. We're not going to look at it. We'll put the alien on top there. And at the end of the reading, hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. Okay, so that Princess of Discs shows the absolute potential for unlimited success and abundance, the fulfillment of anything you could possibly dream of or ask for. Okay, it literally is the card that says it's like a genie in a bottle. Whatever you want to create, you can do it. Whatever you are hoping to manifest, whatever success looks like for you, whatever is the abundance that you're asking for, this card's basically saying, look, ask for anything and you'll receive it. But we have to know what to ask for, right? We have to be smart with our wishes, with our desire, with our intent, with our goals and our achievements. So the Princess of Discs, this is really... I think you're feeling this energy right now. You know, you're feeling this kind of, this unlimitedness, right? This ability to set your mind to something and accomplish it. Whatever you want in your life, you're on the path toward building that. I think this is you feeling that you have this potential, but maybe there's this need for a little bit of discernment to know exactly where to put these efforts, right? We have to know what to ask for. And we don't have any, real blatant air energy. We have the Lover's card at the end, which rules Gemini, so that's an air energy at the end there, but we don't have any swords cards. So I feel like there's not really that much debate going on with you. I don't feel as if you need to make a list or make decisions. You're not going back and forth. You're not having any kind of difficulty deciding what you want. I feel like you know what you want already. So now we have to learn how to phrase this question so that we don't get tricked, right, by the genie. You make your wish in the wrong way and it's going to backfire on you, right? So what we've got is the Knight of Discs as well. We have the Princess and the Knight. This is the fire and the earth aspect of this manifestation. So it really is showing the intensity with which you are making efforts in this direction, right? Because on the central pillar here of the path of the dove, the vertical axis, we have fire above, we have fire below, and we have the Knight of Discs, which is the fire. So we're taking this fire energy and we're channeling it into the materials, right? The world around us, into our efforts, right? And in order to do that, we have to kind of know what we're doing. We have to have a plan, a blueprint. We have to have the will and the desire and the intent to create this. So that's precisely what we have. And I think that you are just about ready for this kind of life-changing influx of this fire energy that is really allowing you to create this unlimited abundance around you. Okay. I'm going to jump ahead to this here, this Ace of Cups. It's in the immediate future. So this is kind of the, the Holy Grail that you're after, right? This is the object of your desire. This is the symbol of your success. And this could be anything. Whatever you can conceive of, you can accomplish. And I think that you have your heart really set on something. It might be something to do with spirituality. It might be something to do with starting your own kind of business around like the occult or esoteric subjects. Maybe you're opening a bookstore. We have this priestess energy in your environment. So it's something to do with the esoteric arts in some way. Or it's a way for you to begin expressing your, for lack of a better term, your psychic ability, right? Your ability to be a conduit, to channel information, to channel spirit, to act as a bit of a medium, perhaps, or just to be someone who that passes on that kind of knowledge, right? A lot of high priestess energy here that I think is in some way, I'm getting this image of like a round room. I don't know what that is. If it's maybe it's some kind of a configuration of bookshelves or something, but I'm getting a round kind of room. But anyway, I don't know if that's what that means quite yet. But with this Ace of Cups, this is you knowing exactly what you want and having that love, that drive, that desire, this fire energy, and this past Seven of Discs that's back there. That's behind you. That's all of this is pushing you forward to this ultimate dream, right? This is your dream, and this is probably different for everyone watching this video. This is something that maybe you haven't really told a lot of people. Again, there's not really a lot of air energy here. This could be something that you're really keeping to yourself, you know. It's in some way related to this, to your psychic ability, your mediumship, knowledge, something with esoteric subjects or something like that, okay? It could be some kind of a religious or spiritual business or some kind of an organization that you're creating, something along these lines. All right. But it's your dream. It's your holy grail. And it's right in front of you. I mean, if you look at the Knight of Discs, I mean, they're looking right at that holy grail. It's right there in front of you, you know. It's this is the life-changing moment. This pillar of fire right here is the kind of final threshold for you to get your holy grail. It's happening now. You know, this is the life-changing moment. And in the past, Seven of Discs, this is a lot of your trial and error stuff. You know, this is you maybe searching in different places for your holy grail and not finding it. You know, kind of searching for love, but in all the wrong places. This is the failure. This is the Lord of Failure. This card is called Failure. But failure has such a final feel to it, right? It sounds like, oh, it failed. This is more of the learning process, the experimentation, the trial and error. Our failures are just like rough drafts of success, right? And you can revise and you can try again. You can keep doing it. I think now with this fire, this is indicating to me that we have the perfect alignment right now, right? Your previous attempts either to discover your holy grail or find where it is or set off to get it have not panned out because I think we were missing this fire alignment here. right? And what this fire alignment is telling me is, first of all, that you have the will, the desire, the drive, the ambition, the confidence, the creativity. You have the will to do this. You have the intent. The fire is burning very brightly in you. This is the inspiration for this. These two aces, this is magic. Plain and simple. This, we can end the reading right here. This is magic. That Ace of Wands is this burning, yearning desire that you have for this dream. Okay? And with that comes a further need for focus, for refinement, for discernment. So it would be nice to have a little bit of air energy, right? To kind of to show that we're being rational, we're planning, we're thinking, we're being logical. But instead of that, what we have is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is, in many, many ways, even better than the air energy. The Emperor doesn't need a sword. Might have one. But rather than the sword, is holding the scepter, is basically holding the Ace of Wands here. Because the Emperor has the vision and the foresight, right, to know what the end result is going to be, right? And also has the discipline, the refinement, the discernment, the intelligence, the swords around them, to accomplish this. This is someone who has been put in charge, or they've taken charge of the realm, of the empire. Right? This is you kind of on the Iron Throne. You know what's best for your realm, for your kingdom. And that means that we don't have to actively wield the sword. That sword fighting is over, right? I've been using a lot of Game of Thrones references lately. But at the end, when the sword fighting's done, right, when everything is kind of over with, there's just the kind of benevolent rulership of the realm. I don't want to, no spoiler alerts here, okay? If you haven't seen it. The last season, though, I'm still kind of mixed about that. I'm not too happy with the last season. Anyway, back to the point. You're the emperor of your own kingdom, your own realm, and that's why this card's at the top of the path of the dove. Because it is overshadowing everything. So you've got the discipline, you've got the fire underneath you, you've got this burning desire, but it's controlled. It's calm, it's more sophisticated. It's not a wildfire, it's a controlled burn. Okay? And that's very important when we're dealing with this earth energy. We don't want to just set all of this ablaze, I mean, we know that is rather disastrous. So we're careful with this fire energy. We use tact, we use strategy, we use subtlety. Too much of this fire, it's going to evaporate that cup anyway. All that water is going to be gone. So whatever it is that you're working on, whatever this Ace of Cups is for you, whatever your dream is, this is the life-changing moment. Okay? This is the moment where this emperor really needs to issue the decree, to really give the order to go the final stretch, the final engagement to get this Holy Grail, right? To accomplish your dream. Here's the Six of Wands in your general energy. I said all of the energy is aligned right now. This is the perfect alignment here, the six. Perfect balance, perfect harmony. The balance between the Emperor and the Ace, right? The Emperor holds the wand. The wand is the power. The Emperor holds it, controls it, directs the power, right? And this is the harmony with which you do that. This is that state of centeredness and calm and balance. It's your general energy. So it's an encapsulation really of the Emperor and the Ace within you. And that is this calm confidence and assertiveness. And it's really a beautiful moment, because part of you feels like you've finally done it, right? You've gone through so many trials and errors, and now you're succeeding. Now this is the beautiful, wonderful joy when you can see the Grail in front of you and you're just about to pick it up. Just about to pick it up. But if we know from our movies and our Indiana Jones, there's always one last booby trap. Right? There's always one last booby trap. I think this Priestess card is cautioning us about that one final booby trap. You know, the Priestess card usually is talking about something that we don't know. There's one thing, one last thing, one final pitfall, one last booby trap that you have to get past to get that Grail. So this Priestess really is trying to warn you. I don't know if you can see with the overhead. The Priestess really should be right there. And as you're about to reach out and grab that Grail, the High Priestess says, wait a minute. There's one last thing you should know. Watch your step. There's a last final booby trap here. And if we can heed that, if we can listen to our intuition, to our the signs and symbols, the synchronicities around us, our own intuition, our own kind of gut instinct, and heed the message of the Priestess, then we can get this Grail without any disasters, with no calamity. I still think that this Priestess energy, I'm also getting a very strong G name. I don't know if that's a big G for God or Goddess, or if it's a G for someone's name, or in some way connected with this Grail, with this dream of yours. I feel there's a G there somewhere. I also feel like it's in some way related to esoteric subjects, you know, maybe astrology, maybe tarot, something like this, something to do with your kind of, your talents and skills along those lines, either learning that or teaching that or performing that, that art, something like that. Okay. You can leave me some comments. If you want to share what your Holy Grail is, that would be kind of cool to see all the different comments come in. But it's a deeply personal thing, right? This is what you are intensely in love with. And it could be that your friends and family don't even know, right? I don't feel like it's something that you talk about. I feel like it's something that you do, that you focus on, you work toward, but you're not out here yammering about it, you know? You don't need to talk about it. You just need to do it and accomplish it and focus on it. I feel like you're very, very quiet about it, you know? What we see next is the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles energy. You know, we've got the Knight, the Princess. Now we've got the Queen here. The Queen's in the position of what you don't want, and I don't think we can ignore that. I don't think we can ignore that, you know, position. So is this the quiet satisfaction after, right? Is this the kind of the mellowness? Is this the anticlimax, you know? Is this the rest and just the almost the melancholy after you achieve this Holy Grail and this dream of yours? Is there a tinge of sadness there? Is that why we don't maybe want this Queen? Because this Queen is like, you know, you've accomplished this, you're satisfied, you're kind of sitting there, but you're just staring out the window, looking longingly at the road that you took to get here. It could be that we really don't want to achieve that level of completion or accomplishment because that takes us out of this moment, this holy moment that we're in right now, when we have this joy and we're just about to attain it. It's this moment. It's this holy moment in between the past and that Holy Grail. If we could suspend that moment indefinitely, that would be perfection, but we can't. So you either accomplish this or you don't. There's no, you know, we can't stretch that moment out. And I think that's why we have the Queen of Discs here, because we don't, as much as we do want to accomplish this and have our satisfaction, we don't, we don't want it to end. We don't want that feeling to then fade, right? We don't want that anticlimax. And for me, I mean, I talk a lot about movies here. I think you know I enjoy film and cinema. That's my least favorite part of any movie. After the climax, and then it's just it's downhill from there. You know, it's just tying up loose ends and settling into the end of the movie. I don't like that. As soon as the crisis happens, that's the fun part, and then I can just turn it off. You know, I like sci-fi, I like horror movies. As soon as the monster comes out, then I'm not interested anymore. I like the build-up to that climax, to that the revelation of the, you know, the monster, of the crisis, of that climax of the film. And then I'm done. You know, it's the same thing here. I think we like this fire energy. This is the climax of your accomplishments, and that feeling that just before you reach out and pick up that grail, just before you realize this dream, this is the moment that we want. And that moment is right now, incidentally. But what comes after, that's something that we're going to have to think about. And maybe that's why there are no swords here, because we haven't really thought about, okay, what am I going to do after I accomplish this? You know, are you going to be continually chasing this feeling? Or, you know, how are we going to deal with this anticlimax? Are we going to stick around till the end of the movie? Or are we going to just sneak into another theater and start something else, right? What we do see at the end, though, is this lover's energy. So this is telling me that there really is a union between you and this dream, this true love of yours. Now, we didn't talk about what this is. This could be a person. Sometimes the lover's card is really about a true love situation with another person. And entering into this, you know, this relationship, this kind of holy union. But it doesn't have to be with a person. It's whatever you're in love with, whatever your dream is, right? It could be an artistic thing, a career thing. It's infinite. It's anything, right? That's why I say that whatever your Ace of Cups is, it's going to be different for everyone here. But it does look like you're going to be marrying yourself to this. Like you are going to go through with the wedding. You are going to see the end of the movie. You know, it's not that we're just going to leave the theater before the, you know, just after the climax. It's not like we're going to leave this Ace of Cups at the altar. You know, we're going to go through with this wedding, and we're going to have to deal with what comes, you know, after the that climax. A cat's scratching to get in. You know what? I'm going to pause this video for just one moment. I'm going to go let the cat in. I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. The cat has been taken care of. She's out running around somewhere now. What we're going to do now, though, is take a look at this mystery card, okay? Because I wonder if this is going to give us a little bit of a clue as to, you know, what comes after all of this. What is the result of this accomplishment, this attainment, this marriage, this union going to be? And, you know, it could very well be with, you know, with a person, with your true love, your soulmate. It could be with the dream that you've always had of what you want to do with your life. You know, it could be anything. So let's see what this is. I don't know if this is going to be some air energy. Possibly. It really is an unknown factor right now. There's really nothing that we can predict except for possibly some air energy. And no, it's the Queen of Pentacles again. This is very telling because it does confirm my suspicions that you are someone who really likes this pillar of fire. You like this climax, and you're probably a lot like me. As soon as the monster comes out, as soon as the kind of crisis of the film has been revealed, then it's kind of boring because you know they're just going to wrap it up in another half an hour, and that's going to be it. There's no excitement in that, you know. So I feel like this is really a major thing for you, is dealing with the, I don't know what to call it, the monotony maybe of what comes after, right? The kind of the come down, the mellowness, the descent after after this thing here, after the path of the dove here, after this holy moment and this attainment, this accomplishment of your dreams, maybe this means that we're going to move on to a new dream. You know, I mean, that's possible. It could be a double feature. We could have another Ace of Cups that we're going to be going after. You know, could be something different. This could be a soulmate, a true love situation, and then it could move on to a career Ace of Cups, or an artistic Ace of Cups, or a spiritual Ace of Cups. So there's no limit here. It's just how many movies you want to sit through. But I do feel like that is a major dilemma for you, and it is something that you're going to have to deal with in the process of accomplishing your goals, because the only other alternative is to always turn around and go home when you're just about ready to finish. Just go the other way, you know, and I don't know, start over or something. So this is like rewinding the movie to the beginning and just starting it again, right? But we can only do that so many times until we get kind of bored of that process too. So what we're going to do now is head over to the extended reading, and if you want to stick around, just click up here. I want to thank you for being here. Thanks for putting up with me pausing the video to go let the cat in and all that stuff. She runs the house here. Anyway, thank you for taking this journey with me, and thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.